Alex Webb Show. Karl Marx once said, religion is the opiate of the masses. This statement reflects human nature and its desire to find meaning from randomness found in our everyday lives. But there is something else that's prevalent, insidious, and widespread that is an unseen disease procreated by children and adults alike. I'm speaking today of imagination. Now, no one really knows where the imagination comes from, therefore it should be feared. We have back on the show today one of my favorites, Douglas Neal. Doug, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming back.
Likewise, Alex. I had to cut it short last time. I wanted to make some time to come back down here and hang out with you.
Well, you're always welcome at the Alex Webb Show.
Thank you, Alex.
Now, last time you were here, we were talking about the nothing.
Right, but we were only able to cover one part of something bigger, and I had not the time to reflect on the whole picture.
This thing is huge!
It is very big, Alex. What I'd like to touch on today is the imagination. I know people are saying, what? But the imagination is no big deal. Everyone is doing it. But like we learned from 9/11 and processed food, things aren't always what they seem. And as you call them, Alex, the elite uses this mechanism to control you.
Now, I've been reading your book. Oh my God, there's no one behind me. And you touch a little on this topic. You said, the imagination is a fourth-dimensional existence, a predator on our own reality. This fourth-dimensional entity finds food in idle minds, infecting them with creativity different from their host's current reality. The host then embraces this new reality and becomes lost.
Well, I'm working on a sequel, if you will, to that book, where I discuss this topic further. It will be called I Imagined It Was Behind Me. But yes, that's absolutely right. Since the beginning of time, the imagination has been used to shape an impossible world around us, as if to have created our own matrix. And the greedy elite has used this to control us, offering a slavery of creativity. And they do that by using symbols, beliefs, creative catchphrases, and negative hope. And we've been powerless to it from the times of conquerors to the world leaders of today.
So you're suggesting that even today's government allows and in fact uses imagination to distract us from the horrors of reality, as if there was some kind of veil to make us cozy and warm with mom's apple pie and friendly guys. Kind of makes you not want to think about anything.
Yes, but if you do that, it leads back to the nothing.
So either way, they know they have you. I bet our forefathers would be proud to see what kind of hell has become of our nation.
Right. Well, imagination, as dangerous as it is, has permeated all forms of government. It enjoys protective status in our Declaration of Independence from the phrase, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I have my life, I have my liberty, but where the hell is this happiness that imagination is supposed to bring? I myself was a former imaginationaholic, and I can tell you there is no peace there. Only more made-up rhetoric that just goes on and on.
Well, and it's allowed to. What, with its no-boundaries propaganda? And people have been shoveling it in, and Hollywood has been cashing in. It's unnerving. People are lining up like starving Russians to get victimized by this carefully orchestrated attack on your mind. And the people that are just now catching on to this thinks it's a new thing. But folks, this has been going on for hundreds of years.
Yes, it absolutely has, Alex. 1492, the Europeans left Europe with an imagined pathway around the world. They dreamed and imagined new land to stake claim to. But the Indians, lacking imagination, but happy with their reality, never left their bodies, and welcomed the newcomers to their land. The Europeans then blanketed them with smallpox. Bet the Indians didn't imagine that one.
No, I bet not.
See, this is where the nothing takes effect again. See, nothing really happened there. There was no intention. However, its effects grew to manifest something from nothing. That's where the imagination comes into effect, sealing the deal. That imagined new world, by design, was an official existence, and the absence of harm destroyed them.
So you're saying something has to be a part of nothing, and this is the gap, the separation where imagination is born.
Absolutely, it's a checkmate, Alex.
Unbelievable.
I would agree with you there, but this has just been going on for far too long to be unbelievable. It's more inevitable.
With thousands of years behind it, I suppose you're right. It's also kind of in your face with folklore, mythology, and belief systems, which I believe is also an issue of the imagination rising. And this thing is as old as life, and very deadly.
Of course, look at creators such as Walt Whitman and F. Scott Fitzgerald, who imagined themselves to death. These men were forced into suicide in an attempt to quarantine the imagination, and this power is indeed very old. Ancient masters, now diagnosed with labels such as schizophrenia, shows visionaries the way. Dementia and psychotic episodes are not anything more than glimpses into a mirror of imagination, allowing us to see others and ourselves differently.
So as you called them earlier, these fourth-dimensional entities of thought, when they leech onto us, what do they want?
Ideas.
And to think all that chaos over something so simple.
Or nothing.
Exactly, and people still aren't getting the full effect. Imagination is bad for the planet, too. We imagined cars and got a hole in our ozone. No one imagined that. Imagination only shows the sunny side of life. And this is what makes it so popular among the youth who use it all the time.
And when they come down off of it, then snap back into reality, they're disappointed. Back to my real drab life. And this then causes depression. Whereas if they just stuck to reality, they would have just remained neutral.
Well, we can go on all day about this topic, but I know you mentioned wanting to do a film with me about all of this.
Well, I want to get the word out to all demographics. And you have a well-rounded audience, and I'd love to sit down and pick each other's brains to make something out of it.
Well, Doug, you know I would be honored, and I'm saying it on air. Let's get this information out there, and have a sit-down soon to make it happen. Douglas Neal, everyone. Make sure to come back and be on the show.
You know I will, Alex.
Okay, tomorrow, sporks, and how they're really a spoon and fork hybrid. Be sure not to miss that one.